Just a quick update to my earlier Heathkit IP-18 Teardown and Rebuild video. Here again is the power supply rebuilt nicely, and I thought I'd want to stress test it to make sure, especially because I'm substituting a lot of the semiconductors, the transistors and so forth, and it's working fine. But I want to make sure that it would hold up to full load for a long time. And so right now I'm having it put out 15 volts, and the load is drawing just about half an amp, so 0.48 of an amp. And in order to do that, I'm running as a load this, which is a 30 ohm 25 watt resistor, and so that's why I picked 30 ohms. And of course, if I'm drawing half an amp at 15 volts, this thing right now is dropping 7 watts into the atmosphere. And it's doing a pretty good job of it. It's getting wickedly hot. It's way too hot to touch, but it's rated to do certainly up to 25 watts, apparently without a heatsink. So it's kind of impressive. So anyway, I've had this thing running at full load, at full blast for hours and hours, and the little Heathkit's not missing a beat. It's perfectly happy. In fact, its pass transistor is not really getting noticeably warm at all. Of course, it's being heat sunk to the rear chassis, but it's doing its job without any complaint whatsoever. So I'm really happy the way this little power supply rebuild and total refurb came out. By the way, the other IP-18 next to it is the one from an earlier video where I added meters. Right now I haven't tested this one to that extent because it probably still needs a recap. It's still using original Heathkit caps. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with this little IP-18 and its weird little load resistor. So here's that little power resistor I'm using to test the IP-18 at full load. So again, 30 ohms, because at the full 15 volts it dissipates the full half an amp, 7.5 watts. I found this because I was looking for something suitable. This thing is made by Ohmite. I'll put up the spec sheet in a minute, and it's actually capable of 30 ohms at 25 watts dissipation. It's kind of weird. I let it cool down here. It's basically thick film on alumina substrate. So there's some sort of aluminum. It's built on aluminum with a film that's obviously trimmed to spec, and this thing gets hot. Doesn't get visibly hot, but it gets hot. And so what's nice about it is it's capable of dissipating its rated value without a heat sink somehow, so it won't melt or otherwise catch fire. Kind of neat. I found this one at Jameco, but I think they're being discontinued. But anyway, it's useful for me for what it does, and as you can see, it's only 5.5 by 3 centimeters, so it's fairly small.